if you want to
Okay.
record it.
Okay. It's going now. Okay. So for today's class, counterpoise. I have, so usually, I do like a bit of a presentation, but for today, I just want to dance. I just want to move together. And so I've kind of structured it in these kind of two blocks. So after the warm up, there will be like the first portion, which will focus on mirroring and developing a kind of symmetry between participants, between screens. And then the second half of the class will focus more on this like deep listening and music and creating a kind of asymmetrical relationship with the music and with the way that we're moving. And so I guess, yeah, we can just go ahead and get started with a warm up. And it'll be like, usually we do like a more of a meditative warm up. So if you want to go ahead and lie down. Lie down, yeah, we'll do kind of like a guided meditation that will build into movement. So go ahead and find a comfortable spot lying down. And take some breaths in and out. And notice the way that your body is making contact with the ground. Now begin to visualize the kind of honey color, a honey sensation, the image of honey, a glowing, warm ball of honey, sticky, slow. And take a couple of deep breaths here, keeping in mind that honey sensation. In and out. And start to let that honey spread from the crown of your head down towards your temples. And let this feeling of glowing honey move towards your cheeks and your nose. Let it spread along your jaw, your chin, your mouth and lips. This honey moves down your throat and towards your collarbone. It fills your shoulders and your chest. It slowly drips along your arms, all the way to your wrists, your hands, extending towards your fingertips. This honey sensation moves from your chest down along your spine. It coats your stomach. It slides down your hips, slowly along your thighs. It drips down your knees and your shins. It caresses your ankles, your heels, and it fills your feet. Now bask in this warmth or this glowing feeling of honey. And let it fill you with each deep breath in. And maybe start to introduce some movement into your extremities, into your fingers and your toes. And just feeling, letting this like honey sensation move you. Like you were just a warm, kind of viscous pool of honey. In what ways do you kind of melt into the ground? And maybe you start to extend your arms, really just stretching into all of these tense or hard spots in your body. Really stretching your muscles. Really finding pleasure in this kind of soft movement.
Je ne sais plus avec qui j'étais. Et je ne sais plus pour quelle raison. On allait me couper la tête avec un sabre japonais.
And maybe start to wiggle your spine a little bit. Just waking up all along your spine.
Et donc je me suis tenu, j'étais debout face à mon bourreau, quoi, qui allait me couper la tête. Et c'est lui qui a mis une cagoule pour faire le truc. Et donc j'étais d'accord, je me tiens face à lui et je lui dis ok.
And you can start to maybe turn to one side or
Vas-y.
Come onto all fours. Just keeping this honey sensation.
Le mec il va pour le faire. Et en fait il a une hésitation. Vraiment, il a
Or maybe you
l'hésitation,
sit
c'est
up.
trop tard. Tu le fais pas maintenant. Et le mec il s'en va. Lui il le fait pas, il s'en va.
Just like finding the sensations that are like hitting your joints and your muscles, whatever feels natural. Just really starting to warm up here. And if you like, you can start to maybe extend your legs and hang down, stretching out the backs of your legs, moving from side to side, or doing something else, whatever you like. Just introducing some movement to your knees and your thighs. And close your eyes if you need to. Just get kind of lost in the music and whatever movement speaks to you. And maybe like intensify your movement a little bit if you haven't yet, just to kind of get some blood flowing. And that doesn't mean like a full body intensity, but like maybe you're shaking your hands or shaking your feet or your legs, or just moving briskly side to side.
Da una casa sospesa sul promontorio, una signora dai riccioli biondi, le braccia e le gambe robuste, mi chiama, senza pronunciare il mio nome. Non sono più qui, sono perso, lui è qua. Sott'acqua ci sono alcuni oggetti che ricordo essere miei.
And remember too to like
Appartengono.
warm up your spine, like introduce some kind of curves into it, or like maybe some snake-like stitches, and feel how good that feels to like break up some of the fascia between your vertebrae.
Senza nessun oggetto tra le mani. Ciò che poco fa pareva così urgente, ora non è più una priorità. Non sono più qui, sono perso, lui è qua. Non sono più qui.
And just continuing to take pleasure in like stretching and pushing the edges of your body.
Dove è andato? Dove vado? Sono persa. Mi sono persa. Le mie gambe sono pesanti e si bloccano nella sabbia. Voglio raggiungere la casa nel promontorio. Quella signora sconosciuta mi aspetta. L'uomo della sdraio è scomparso. Gli ho chiesto di aspettarmi e se n'è andato. Nella casa sul promontorio non c'è più nessuno. Salgo sulla macchina nera posteggiata davanti al portone. Non la so guidare e vado ad una festa alla quale nessuno mi ha invitata. Non sono più qui, sono
So let's go ahead and meet in like a standing position.
non sono
Can y'all hear me all right? Yeah? Okay, great. Cool. So I think we'll just keep moving to this mix a little bit, but let me explain. Okay, so
Just a little bit about the mix.
a little bit about it.
Yeah, just like who is it by or how you found it.
Oh, it's this woman, Elena Colombi,
Mhm.
who's I think based in Amsterdam, but she DJs on NTS radio. It's good. It's some good stuff. So I was saying earlier, but there's two kind of sections. I've organized this around two sections of movement, where one is like is based on mirroring, and then the other one is based on more of like a deep listening, disrupting deep listening. So to start our first exercise, we're going to continue dancing to this mix, but instead of being kind of lost in your own zone, I want you to raise your awareness and to watch me, and we'll do a bit of mirroring. So the goal will be that we'll all be moving in unison. And I'm not going to do anything too fast or too crazy. And if it feels natural too, like if someone wants to take over at some point, they totally can. But we'll just feel it out. So does anyone have questions about the mirroring?
No, but real quick before we get into mirroring, just now when we were stretching, I started thinking about, because I started to notice that I was looking at myself a lot on the Zoom call as I was moving, and I realized how important it is to have a mirror, but to be able to see yourself move, to make sure that, you know, your position is proper and you're doing it safely, and just to pay attention to how you're moving yourself, you know, and using a mirror in that sense is very helpful. And wish I had a bigger screen to watch myself move on, but I have a mirror, but it's only waist high. But it's nice, you know, in dance studios, how they have, you know, full walls of mirrors. It's really helpful. It's really nice.
I think it's like, I agree. I think it's such a mix sometimes, because sometimes it's like, I love having a mirror because it helps me understand like what it looks like. But then there are also times like when you have your eyes closed and you're just feeling it, and it like, you're moving in such a different way. And I often find too, like I take a lot of videos of myself because I like to keep track of how I'm moving. And I often find that once I click the record button, it all gets worse. You know, like when I'm just dancing and not thinking about capturing it. But mirrors I like mirrors.
Okay, for sure. Like when we were doing the exercise, like there was a moment in which I remembered that I had watched the other sessions on YouTube, and that made me feel like more self-conscious, like having that in mind. And remembering that I was being recorded, and I also remember like one other time when I went to like a thing that was done here in Buenos Aires before the lockdown, which was like a collective dance in like a huge theater, where you have like everything is dark and there is like loud music, and like I remember like feeling very self-conscious at that moment, and like feeling self-conscious about if other people were noting that I was self-conscious. But anyway, like once you keep on moving, like the thoughts kind of go away. But yeah.
Well said.
I want to.
When thoughts go away. I guess that's a great way of saying it.
Yeah, hate self-consciousness. Like I was also like watching myself when I was on the floor, like from the floor, and it was like sort of stupid. But yeah, I can enjoy it much more if I'm not watching myself do it.
Yeah. Well, for this next one, you'll be watching me, so then everyone will copy me. So I think it'll be good. And anyone take over at any point.
Can you guys see this little triangle here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a mirror I bought today from Facebook Marketplace, and it's just a triangle mirror. It's like this big.
Looks nice.
I wanted to prepare for this event.
Get a little mirror.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and just meet. Like we'll all stand, and I'm gonna start the music now. Jeremy, you take over. Okay, let's come back to center. Well, let's see. Ooh, wait, the mix is about to get really good.
Yeah, so I didn't want to just enjoying it too much.
Well, the second thing I had was to split into groups and do the same thing, but we're already a group of 3. So I wonder if maybe we could play around with, I also had this idea of like, so rather than, so for, you all were just mirroring me. And I'm thinking for this next exercise, I'm going to continue doing these like kind of simple mirrored movements, but my challenge for you is to kind of fill in the void space, right? So like to create movements that are not the same as mine, but kind of complement mine. And that could look like whatever you want. And I think there could be moments too where like we come into symmetry at some point where you like decide to mirror me, but then you take the liberty to kind of do a detour or like respond to the way that I'm moving in a way that's uniquely your own. So we'll do that next.
Cool.
Cool.
Lama, mak bapak merah dari muda pareti. Rangimun hidup masih sebarang. Dah susah baru rezeki dikenang. Tengok next tahu ada orang sebenarnya malu. 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 Motor kaca pun sedan nak muji nak. Duit bapa bukan kau rugi nak. Motor kaca pun sedan nak muji nak. Duit bapa bukan kau rugi nak. Motor kaca pun sedan nak muji nak. Duit bapa bukan kau rugi nak. Motor kaca pun sedan nak muji nak. Duit bapa bukan kau rugi nak. Nege nege home. Nege nege home. Nege nege home. Nege nege home. Udah habis raun orang, kau kuit pandai jual leju, dah si dilayan me orang gi extend, si sempatnya berang oleh kau ngeden, steady orang berekod kau agi meragak, plente kepak ngepeng madah kelak kau ngagak, steady orang berekod kau agi meragak, plente kepak ngepeng madah kelak kau ngagak. Nege nege home. Nege nege home. Nege nege home. Nege nege home. Motor kaca pun sedan nak muji nak. Duit bapa bukan kau rugi nak. Motor kaca pun sedan nak muji nak. Duit bapa bukan kau rugi nak. Kamah jak kasut kuning jak teke tandah jak nama jual tapak kaki kaca baju tak malam ya ai. Yalah sayang kita si pandai make. Tengok next tahu ada orang sebenarnya malu. 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 Nege nege home. Nege nege home. Nege nege home.
L'envie que ça bouge un peu. Ou alors un mobile positif mais atroce. Avoir vu un être profondément aimé, chéri, intimement. Un être qu'on a tenu dans ses bras après la mort, embrassé, protégé, entouré de ses soins et surtout à l'admirer. Avoir vu cet être se consumer de l'intérieur, avoir vu l'incendie ravager son cœur puis se propager, jusqu'à ce qu'il ne reste plus qu'un insecte cliquetant qui répétait la même phrase à n'en plus finir. Un enregistrement, une boucle sur une bande magnétique. Il y a des fois où je voudrais devenir fou, mais je ne sais plus comment s'y prendre. C'est un art qui s'est perdu. Il existe des manuels là-dessus.
Okay, let's bring it back to center. Is there enough light in here? Okay, I'm kind of sweaty.
What's the temperature for you guys where you're at?
75.
It's okay. Here it's 13 degrees Celsius. I don't know what's in Fahrenheit.
Here it is, well, 13 Celsius is like 55.
55?
And
Oh, right, but it's
winter.
Is it
No, it's
winter? It's winter.
autumn.
Autumn. Okay.
Yeah.
New York, it's
Yeah, but
70.
okay, 75. How much is it in Celsius?
Let me see actually. That should be 23, 24.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, it's hot. I have no AC,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and it was hotter today.
It's
So, yeah.
nice.
It's getting warm.
That's good.
Really nice moving with you guys. Just the three of us.
Yeah. This is really nice. So I think like that's going to conclude the mirroring portion, but I encourage you to like, I mean, as we do some more dancing, it is kind of interesting to like always have one eye on the screen and see what other people are doing and see how naturally like you end up falling into certain flows with what other people are doing. So before we get into the next section, which will be a little bit of a different flavor, I want to maybe shake out some energy and then also develop a certain quality of movement. So without music right now, I think we'll just do like maybe 2 minutes. You know what, we'll do music, but let's just focus on shaking out your body. Like kind of just getting everything out, getting all the tension out. Like you can look super silly, just kind of stirring things up. And I'll keep playing that mix and it'll be really short, maybe 2 minutes or so.
We'll just
I'll
shake
guide
out.
you too. Wait, sorry, you had a question? Okay, and I'll guide you through it too. Okay, so go ahead and stand up. And just kind of shake your hands and your arms. And your feet, kind of kick your feet out with your hands. And your head. And just kind of walk around your room doing this shaky thing. Until it's like kind of weird to breathe even. Okay, so let's calm down, calm the shaking. Okay, so now go ahead and stand in the center of your space and let's take a moment to like really calm down after all that shaking. Take a nice inhale. Let it all out, exhale. Let's do a couple of these, just kind of calming down, letting your body settle. And feel how with your inhale, feel how that air fills up your body. And when you exhale, feel how that really relaxes your body and how your body kind of melts into that exhale. And really, on your next inhale, see like how full you can go and how that can kind of fill up your body like it's a balloon or something. And then when you exhale, just let it all out and kind of let that balloon deflate. Almost think of yourself as if you were like a plastic bag. Your skin was like a plastic bag or balloon latex that when you breathe in, you kind of grow. And then when you breathe out, you just let everything kind of fall, melt, exhale. And really let that animate you, like create this kind of buoyancy, almost as if you're kind of floating in the ocean, where you're rising and you're falling. And see how this movement can animate your arms and your hands, how when you inhale, they grow. And when you exhale, they fall down very slowly, like they were feathers or and maybe even start to see how if you could walk like this, like when you inhale, you're taking a step, and when you exhale, you're kind of collapsing down. Maybe like two-stepping. So for our next exercise, I want to play with listening, or we're going to listen to some very fast music But the way that I want you to move is like we just did, where you're kind of like moving very slowly, but to something with a very high BPM, and seeing how that changes the way that you're listening, or maybe the way that it's moving through your body. And yeah, it's gonna be a little bit crazy, the music here. Do y'all have any questions?
No, but I used to play table tennis, and this woman I used to play with, I think her name was Lily, she was also a Tai Chi instructor. So I asked her if she could show me some Tai Chi to practice at home, and 2 things that she told me to practice was kind of what I was just doing, was when you fill your stomach up with air, which means that it will start blowing up like a balloon. You can imagine you're holding a ball or a balloon that's growing as you inhale and shrinking as you exhale. And if you don't want to do the ball, you can just use your wrists kind of up, and then on the exhale, you let go. Kind of just like, it's just like practicing symmetry with your movement, with your breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Seen that for a couple of years, but I usually practice like in the shower or something. But sometimes,
Nice.
like if I'm in public, I may just start doing it when I'm walking. So I'm really excited to try this with fast music.
Yeah, I'll send you. I kind of pulled that from this. There's this dance company called Hofesh Schechter, and I did a class with them, which I highly recommend. But
Cool.
so much of their movement is based on this like filling and then collapsing. But they do a really great job of teaching it, much better than I just did. They're professionals. But yeah, so for the next like 3 songs or so, we're going off the mix now. But just listen and see if you can move as slow as possible. And maybe that means move as slow as possible, but also allow yourself to like find velocity. So like allow yourself to get into it if you're feeling it, but don't get too much in a groove. Like none of this like stomp, 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 stomp. We love that, but for this, try and resist the urge to move to this beat. And now I will play some music. Oh no. Sorry. Damn it. Okay, let's try that again. Sorry. So maybe in the next track, maybe even try to like find some, so like continuing with the slowness, but then introducing like these spurts of energy or kind of like disruption. So you're in this slow groove, but then all of a sudden you like have a shake or you like lose some part of you. So, and you're like, you find the beat for 1 second and then you come back to this smooth, like slow. So let's try a little bit of this.
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up. Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
I'm gonna rip you to shreds for this.
And let's each like inhale and exhale, inflate and deflate you. Okay, now so this last song, let's invert that. So let's find a groove and then have spurts of slowness or spurts of not grooving. Does that make sense? So like we'll listen to the music and just dance like, you know, we're at the club or something, and then we'll find moments of like really slowing down, and then we'll come back to that kind of like faster paced dancing. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay, cool. Okay, let me turn on.
That was a nice song.
Oops.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, this is a good one. My Wi-Fi is getting a little weird.
That's Robert Hood, right?
It's Robert Hood. Okay, yeah. So we'll just groove and then find slow, honey, sappy energy where you feel it. It's clubbing in slow motion.
Yeah.
Woo. How is that one feeling?
The last song, or the last three songs with the exercise?
The last three exercises.
What do you guys think?
Okay, I thought the last song was a bit hard. Like I was expecting for like a change within the song for me to do like a slower movement, and like
Right.
never came. And also like I kind of get lost like in thoughts with that music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot what I was supposed to do. Like I can remember then, but I forget to do it in the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's very meditative. That one's very, very repetitive.
Yeah. Yeah, you get into like a trance.
Yeah. Yeah, I found so too. It is funny. I guess I always think like when actually at the end of that one, I got really lost in the trance.
Yeah, me too.
But I liked like going back and forth between kind of like, I mean, maybe it's also just the way that I dance at a club or something where like I get, like you get the two-step where you're like going back and forth and dancing. And then I have these moments of just like, okay, I'm going to do everything slow-mo now. Slow motion. It's dramatic.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe like let's dance like a little bit more, maybe 10 more minutes, and then we can chat, or I don't know. Because actually Alejandro, I want to talk to you too about some dance stuff in Buenos Aires. So
okay.
Maybe after. Okay, after one more little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
And so for this one, we're gonna go back to that Elena Colombi mix, and the emphasis on this exercise, I think, is to try and not dance to the beat. Try and not try and create like a kind of asymmetrical relationship with what you're hearing. So kind of like what you were doing when we were mirroring, and you were like working around my movements or something. Like think about that in relationship to the music.
Yeah.
So like naturally you'll find yourself syncing up with the music at points, but in general, try and really think about not following the music.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Or maybe part of the challenge here is like Like as soon as you find yourself kind of falling into a groove, you break it. So like find a groove, and then once you're on the beat, like disrupt it. If you're like, no, we're not going that way. Okay, let's come back to center. I'm gonna turn off my.
How was that?
Really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that took me a little bit longer to get into. You know,
Isabel's
because
really
like it was hard to say like don't follow the beat, but then when I thought of it, see, what about now?
Is your microphone from your MacBook?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay. Can you hear us?
What about now? Yeah.
It's good. It's just lower than it was with.
Oh, it's because I had AirPods on.
Okay, obviously. Sorry.
But I feel like when I started to think about it as more of like changing like a disruption or like changing a style of movement, I got really into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Me too.
That exercise was so helpful to me in so many ways because like I try to pay attention to patterns in my behavior and in my decisions and in my feelings. Sometimes I try to be aware as much as I can, but it's nice to find patterns. So I would consider this like another way of doing that, where like I start paying attention to how I get into a rhythm or a pattern, and I just try to go again. I try to do something different. And what ended up happening was I had no choice but to kind of surrender to being spontaneous and not try for some time to just like move any way my body decided to move at any moment. And it was like I didn't really get into any patterns that were like really consistent. Every move was different, every action was different. And then I started to pay conscious decision or conscious awareness to my movement again. And then I started to have so much fun, like noticing that I'm gonna do something even 2 times, and before I'll do the second one, I'll just do something completely different. So every move or every move or decision is different than the last. That's really, really fun. And the music helps a lot. The music helped a lot in the last song too. I really liked. But I had a lot of fun just now being spontaneous. Thanks.
I do like what you're saying about like breaking certain thought patterns or something, because I noticed that in myself, like I don't know, like going to therapy, you know, or something, and they're telling you like, don't think about that way, break that pattern. But I'm thinking of like, you're right, you're like, by doing that exercise, you're mirroring that process of like catching yourself in a pattern and saying like, that's not like, change it up, do something different. But I do that all the time with thinking too.
Yeah.
And it's really helpful. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about this now too with like something like walking or like the way that you interact in a social setting, and once you start to like introduce disruption into those ways of moving, maybe it opens up like different possibilities or.
Yeah, totally. I really liked about the last exercise that that once you like once you're very into the song, or like after a few minutes, like Jeremy said, you kind of stop thinking about what you're gonna do, and it just happens. And it happened to me that in the end, like more towards the end, that I guess I was feeling like more into the moment. I started making more like not like only dance moves, but also like enacting like certain poses, like or characters, like more in an actoral way. And like that came out. and I think that's interesting, because yeah, like I felt this personified, like out of my person and not like conscious of my being, and like I don't know, my place, my time and place. So yeah, I think that's valuable.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
Yeah, I often find that like when I start getting into more theatrical movements,
Yeah.
it really can be like super powerful, like in the way that it changes the way I'm dancing, because I'm so like so focused or something on doing something that's not dance at all, but then it
Mm-hmm.
becomes a dance, like through the way
Yeah.
that you start enacting it.
Yeah.
But that's cool that you felt that at the end of that exercise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you too, do you do dance stuff in Buenos Aires?
No, this is the first time like I do like dance stuff. I actually like went to like a couple of these experiences. Like there's these ones that called Entrenar la Fiesta, like train party training or train the party, which was organized by like a performance group that's called Orgy, and they were like very popular. But also, what happened was that a lot of people I knew went there, and like I didn't feel very comfortable going there because I don't know, like yeah, I didn't feel comfortable. There are some people that do that go all the time because they do it like sporadically. They don't do it all the time, and like I think that you could tell that there were some people that were more like I don't know, like locals. Like anyway, like I don't think that anyone was being like unfriendly, but I didn't feel comfortable to do it. And yeah, like I don't usually. I'm interested in performance and dancing, but I don't usually take part of that type of activity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious because I've
Hmm.
like I just organized like a virtual exhibition.
Yeah.
And one of the artists is from Buenos Aires,
What's
and
her
then
name?
Julia Zach
Okay, I don't think I know her.
on Instagram. I mean she's in Spain now, but I think she
Okay.
visits Buenos Aires often. And then I have another friend there, Lucas Lago Marciano, who's a dancer.
Yeah, I think I know him like by his name. Yeah.
Yes, he's pelirrojo. I don't know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it
Yeah,
seems
I saw him. Yeah.
okay. Cool.
Yeah, but I don't know him.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious because I feel like there's a lot of dance stuff going on down there.
Yeah. There is a lot, but it's I don't know. Like I don't usually take part. I might start doing it, but I don't know. I don't feel that comfortable. Like maybe doing it here with people that I don't know and from another country, I feel more comfortable,
Mm.
and it's like a better space for me to do it. Like, but dancing is something I usually do like at my house when I'm alone. Like I feel comfortable dancing, but not with like in that sort of activity.
Mm-hmm. What about the nightlife in Buenos Aires? Do you go out at all? Are there any clubs?
Like not now because of the lockdown, and also like as time went by, I stopped going out. Like I'm turning like 28 in a few days,
Okay.
so like it's
Old.
yeah. And how old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay, cool.
I'm still going out.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. I know. Like it's I don't know. Like I'm always asking myself like if what I'm doing is useful, and like usually when I go out, like I come back home with like feeling sort of empty. So yeah, I don't like all of my actions like are turning me into like a lonely person. Not a lonely person, but more of a loner. And I don't really like that. But also like whenever I go out at night, like I don't like it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, Alejandro.
What?
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun, and it was great meeting you guys. So, do you go out at all?
Excuse me?
Do you go out, like clubbing and so?
Yeah, for a long time. Since I think I started going out when I was like, even like I grew up in New York, but I lived in New Jersey for a while, and there were a few clubs there that had like teen nights. So I think I started like going out when I was like 14 or something. And it was because like my parents used to go out in New York too, so like I had that influence like with music and nightlife.
Yeah.
And so like they wanted me to like go out and just have fun. But I've always liked going out, and sure, like I feel what you're saying sometimes. Like I do try to pay attention to like even whatever I do, but especially like going out at night and spending money and like spending time and energy with like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not the most fun. Like not all nightlife in New York is fun for me at least. And I try to spend time like finding places where I feel like I'm having a good time, or I feel good essentially with people who feel good too. But of course, because of like the lockdown as well in New York, only pretty recently did things start like happening again. And I've been like trying to find some stuff, and it's been pretty cool. But like the thing is, and everybody's been like super sheltered. So now everybody wants to like get out and be all together all at once. And it's
Yeah.
really cool. There was this like rave 2 weeks ago, and there had to been over like 2,000 people.
Were you there?
Easy. I went at like right as the cops came at like 2 a.m. There was like that many people.
Wait, at Howard Beach.
Yeah, I think so.
What?
It was a little crazy, and but yeah, like people are just waiting to go out, like day and night. It's like the parks out here are packed, and the weather's getting warm, but
It is like it's funny you say that about New York because I actually hate clubbing in New York because I have so many friends there that everyone wants to go everywhere. But like if I'm in a foreign country or traveling, I
mhm,
love to go out alone because like I'll usually go out like I don't usually like drink as much or something. I just feel more clear and then I'm like alone and like dancing and I don't like exactly what you're saying. Like I don't know anyone. So it's this
Yeah.
very anonymous experience and
Mm-hmm.
that's always really beautiful.
mhm.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And like anonymity is like never happens, like in general, like it doesn't happen. So yeah, it's like a luxury, like to me at least. Yeah.
So what are
We're
you?
gonna have more parties with less light.
Yeah, less light, more smoke, more smoke.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Why are you going to New York?
I'm traveling with my mom, like just for holidays. We were actually going to travel to, we're going to Miami and then to New York, and like we were gonna travel to get the vaccine, but she already got it here. But we're going anyway, and I guess I might get it to like because I'm gonna be there, and yeah, that's it. It's just a holiday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very looking forward to it. Like traveling, I haven't traveled. Well, I traveled in 2019, but not last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I didn't get on a plane for a long time.
Yeah.
Like a couple months ago.
Okay. Cool. So you're staying in Mexico till October.
Yeah, we'll see.
You don't know. Okay. Cool.
I don't have a return ticket. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's really interesting that you have a house there. Like, does your family like Mexico, or do you have like Mexican roots,
No.
or did they like really like the place and decided to like build it?
They drove down in 1968 with like 7, 8 kids, and they tried to get
Okay.
a hotel in the center of the town. There's tiny,
Yeah.
like one telephone at the time in the Zocalo, And then they tried to get a hotel, but the guy wouldn't rent them the hotel. So he just sent them to a house and said, you can buy this. It's in the center, super cheap. And then we've like lived here and like on and off.
That's pretty nice.
It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you, Jeremy, you live in New York?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I live in the city.
Nice. And how old are you?
I'm 27.
Cool, cool. Okay. I'm 27 too. Like, I'll be 28 on Friday.
Cool. Have a great birthday, Alejandro. Feliz cumpleaños.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I decided to like do something really small this year because like last year, as I couldn't do anything, like I really liked the idea of not having to like plan a birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
So you are doing something? You are having a celebration?
Yeah, like I'm having something, but like very like small. I'm joining like my family and my friends, and like then doing like an open house at my mom's house, but only for a few people, like to come and visit
Nice.
during the day. Yeah.
That'll be nice.
Hey guys, listen, it's a minute after 10. I gotta go because I have to go somewhere. But you guys can feel free to stay. I'm gonna stop recording.
Great. Well, thank you.
Yeah, but
thank you, Jeremy.
Regardless,
Thank both of you.
Isabel, thank you so much for hosting all of these events and taking part in movement research. I think we experienced a lot of movement and did a lot of good research individually and collectively. It's so sick, and every class was really unique, and I really appreciate what you do and what you can do together. And Alejandro, it's so nice to meet you, and
yeah, nice
really
to meet
thanks
you.
for joining. If I can plan anything for this month, upcoming month of June, I'll let you guys know. Hopefully we can be all together in person sometime in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe not this month, but anytime. You guys are welcome. You know, to hang out in New York, and let's do it.
Yeah,
so
we have to do in-person dance class this year.
I think yes. That'd be so nice.
I'll be back there.
Guys, buenas noches. Gracias.
Buenas noches. Thank you. Thank you to both of you.
Okay.
It was great. Bye bye.